What's going on, guys? Today we're going to have a little history lesson. You can consider me Professor Biff McBuffington. No particular order, and luckily for us, he says fairy tales faster than I can ever make these videos, so if these get some traction, I can just keep making them, basically forever. Yeah, so the top 10 lies told by Brendan Schaub, part 1. Also, there won't be 10, there'll probably be 6, but we'll see how it plays out. Also, just to preface this, a lot of these we don't unequivocally know he's making it up, but given his track record and given what we do know he's lied about, it all lines up where there's very little chance that these actually happened. So, having said that, let's get right into it. Number 1, the classic. If you're on the Fighter and the Kid subreddit, you've seen references to this many, many times. It's the good old Brendan Schaub runs into a celebrity who says, "Hey, you're the X guy who X's too much." There's a few instances of this. Here's one that we have a clip of. He runs into Adam Sandler in the bathroom, I think, and Adam Sandler says to him, "Hey, you're the comedian who kicks butt," or something along those lines.
And then he looks over at me. I'm waiting for my girl. She's in the bathroom. I'm waiting for her. He walks over. He goes, "What's up, bro?" I'm like,
No way.
"What's up, man?" And then he says something to the effect, it was a little bit of a blur, something like, "You're the ass kicker that tells jokes, right?"
You're the kicker that tells
Yeah,
jokes,
and I was
huh?
like,
He knows who you are.
I was like, I think so. Oh God.
And see, the thing is, like that in a vacuum, you might hear that and go, well, that might have happened. Brendan Schaub was a pretty big celebrity like 4 years ago. So it's possible Adam Sandler knows who he is and is somewhat of a fan, as in, like, he knows who he is and he's heard a couple jokes or something, which I would actually agree with. But then he just happened to run into Floyd Mayweather, and he basically he said a different thing, but it was in the same format because apparently Floyd Mayweather saw him and said, "You're the white boy that works too much." So first he was the comedian who kicks butt too much, and now he's the white boy that works too much. Seems a little unlikely that they would both just say the same thing. And the Floyd Mayweather one seems a little more outlandish. Yeah, I don't know. The whole thing just doesn't really quite make sense. And then there's the elevator ride with The Rock, who says he's a big fan of our old pal Bappa. So, I don't know. Something doesn't quite line up. And this might come up in another video, but I mean, he has endless stories of celebrities coming up to him, and they're all stories that make him sound like the superhero of the situation. One example is Will Smith apparently asked him to be his trainer, and it's like, Will Smith could basically hire anybody to be his trainer. I don't know if he would pick Brendan for that. So it's all a little fishy and it's all a little too convenient. So that's number 1. I figured I'd start off with a good one. Number 2 is also a very good one. It's the old Brendan Schaub did 40 reps of 225 bench press. I don't know how many of you are jacked and work out or whatever, but 40 reps of 225 that's pretty insane. Like, there's a very good chance that if you go to the gym, no one at your gym can do that. And to put this into more context, I was doing a little bit of research for this video, and only 20 players at the NFL Combine have managed to achieve more than 40 reps. But apparently Brendan has accomplished this feat, as opposed to linemen who weigh 350 pounds and actually work out every day. Brendan making this claim is a little fishy. And also, we have a little more evidence here. I found this on the Fighter and the Kid subreddit. He was scouting for some team, and he did 21 reps. So when he was in his supposed peak athletic ability, he did 21 reps. But now that he's retired and 40, he did 40 reps. I guess he does 1 rep for each year, right? So I guess when he's 70, he'll do 70 reps. Yeah, so this is just another thing where something isn't adding up. So, yeah, that was number 2. Number 3, the claim that he posts and ghosts. He's made this claim many times. Many times. I did find an example of him saying it on a podcast. I always forget this guy's name, but I've seen him around. Here's a clip.
I don't subscribe to it. I don't play the game. I don't have social media on my phone. I post and ghost, as they call it. And I know a lot of people say they actually post and ghost. I'm telling you, I haven't seen a comment. I haven't seen a story you've done.
Wait.
Yeah, so that's the claim, and it's like I don't even know what to say to that one. But if you go on his Twitter or Instagram, I mean, they're just flooded with posts and replies and content. This lie isn't so much about the quality of the lie, it's more about the quantity. I'm not even like an avid podcast listener, but I've probably heard him say this 10 times in various places. Like I vaguely remember him talking about it on JRE. So yeah, the old post and ghost, yeah, I don't think so. The next one is pretty comical. The infamous Chappelle Lacey race, the mega race between two Adonises. Yeah, so I don't know the backstory of this one. I only know the aftermath from the subreddit. But yeah, Brendan and Chappelle somehow got into this thing where they were gonna race and see who's faster, and I don't even know what to say. I mean, so they race, and then Brendan blows both hammies. Both hammies. Is that? I guess it's physically possible, you know? Well, here's the clip.
Let's go, Schaub!
Yeah, so okay, dude. I guess you really blew both hammies. Okay. And here's his supposed picture for proof where he has crutches, but they're not even like high enough. They wouldn't even work the way he claims they would. And then I don't know if it's a joke or not, but he has like a head wrap. Did he do too much thinking after he blew those hammies? I don't know how much of that was a joke, but the whole thing was just pretty comical. So yeah, so that was the mega race saga. The next one, I actually didn't hear about this one until I was doing some research for this video, but there's a lot of like athletic related fabrications going on here, so I figured I'd throw this one in. Brendan claimed he has the record for the most pull-ups on the Denver Broncos team, which is just, it's crazy for a few reasons. One, the gap in athletic ability, I just don't see that. Two, he's a big boy. And the bigger you are, the harder pull-ups are. How would he have the record over a cornerback, you know? And then the other thing that doesn't make sense is Chris DiStefano. He asked a simple question in how many pull-ups you can do. And instead of just being like, I could do 12 without stopping, or I could do 15, or I could do 8, but they're strict, or I could do like 20, but kind of doing kip-ups. He just went on this long story about how he has the Broncos record.
How many pull-ups can you do?
I don't know, man.
You don't do pull-ups?
I do pull-ups. I've never like in college is my thing.
How many did you do in college?
College, I had so at CU, I did have the record for a while for tight ends, fullbacks. And then when I went to the pros, I trained with one of my best friends, but he was the head strength and conditioning coach for the Broncos. So I was like, what's the record? And I set the record. And then I had the record for, I don't know, 6 months.
And then of course, because every story includes a celebrity, Tim Tebow showed up and broke it. So yeah, if any of us ever get in a room with Tim Tebow, we can ask him the validity of the story. Yeah, so that was the claim of most Broncos pull-ups. Number six, I don't know if this one's a lie per se. So this weird use of the word love and how he talks to people every day. When I say use of the word love, it's this sort of, I think it originated from Rogan, because Rogan says he loves everybody. It seems like people in this Rogan sphere they meet someone and then 2 weeks later, it's like, oh, I love that guy. Yeah, we talk every day. And it's like, do you love him? You know, like if he loves that many people, I think me and him have a different opinion on what the word love is. I think they use the word love like I use the word friend, because I don't love people after I've known them for 2 weeks. So anyways, if Rogan does something, Brendan then does it. And when Brendan uses it, it's in situations that are even more or less credible, if that's even a proper phrase. Probably not. So here are some examples of people who Brendan Schaub loves. Dana White. And if you know anything about the history between these two, you know that is just not, it's not even close to being true. I don't know the whole history. There's a massive beef there, and there's been a couple times where Brendan Schaub has come up to Dana White, and Dana White was just, he was clearly has no love back for Brendan in any of facet. So yeah, that's one example. The other example is Logan Paul, and him and Brendan also got into some beef, and I have a picture here that's sort of some of the aftermath of that. And that's another guy who Brendan Schaub says, oh, I love Logan. We talk every day. I bet, dude. I bet you guys talk every day. So what did you guys talk about today? You know, oh, that's right. You probably haven't talked in like 7 months since this whole like fallout happened. There's so many more examples of that. I just picked two of the more comical ones. Yeah, so that was the top 10 lies told by Brendan Schaub, part 1 of however many, we'll see. And it's not top 10 lies, it's top 6 lies, because I guess I lie as much as Schaub does. Yeah, that was the video. There's a ton of these, so if you have any that you think are funny or I should have mentioned first, you can let me know. If you like these videos, definitely let me know. I'm gonna beg for subscribers because YouTube really puts emphasis on people subscribing, so if you could do that, that'd be fantastic. If not, I probably wouldn't either, so I don't blame you, but I have to ask. So anyway, that was the video. Until next time, I will see you guys later.